Yeah, I'm just coming back. I'm here only.
Jai Shri Krishna, very good evening. We are also live now. Naveen is also here. Naveen is today's host. And about Naveen, if I say he's a very wonderful social media manager, he's always very active and also a student of psychology. And Vidya ma'am is also here. We're so pleased to have you here, ma'am. And Naveen, over to you for introduction.
And I welcome you all for the Positive Healthy Wellness meeting. Today, we are here to happily having our resource person, Dr. Vidyaa Hari Iyer, ma'am. Happy to have you, ma'am. We are on topic core beliefs. Ma'am, what do you, ma'am?
Can I start, Shweta and Naveen?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So good evening, friends, and welcome to another amazing seminar organized by Shweta. Shweta is a great friend of mine, and it's awesome to actually, present on her platform for the first time. So thank you so much, Shweta, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And thank you, friends, for joining in right now. I'm sure we are going to have a lot of information today. Let's start from the topic itself, right? Core belief. Many of us, if you just look at life, we have a lot of things which is the basis on which we move our lives with. So today's topic is actually a self-reflection of why we are what we are doing, why we do things a particular way, why we speak in a certain language, why we think in a certain way, and why we put everything into one particular way of analysis. When we say core, the general English terminology core means the innermost part of us, right? Now, that innermost part of us, you can just imagine like a lotus flower, or you can imagine an onion, whichever comes to your imagination right now. From outside, if you look at a lotus flower, what do you see? I'm sure you'll all say, I can see petals, right? The moment I said the word lotus, you will think about a pink color, and then you will think about a lot of petals outside. Similarly, all of us have a lot of layers outside, right? But then if you remove all these petals one by one by one by one, what is it that you will have it in the center will be the core of that flower, right? Similarly, for all of us, we are doing the best in whatever possible way we can, both in our profession and in life, in our personal life. But there are so many things which we do is because we have been directed to do it in a particular way. So that is very, very important, my dear friends. And today's seminar, this 1 hour, is honestly not enough to do full justice to this vast topic, because this is like the DNA of our life. So to decode the DNA and to understand its applications in all aspects of life in an hour is not possible. I'll try my level best, and I have divided the session into a theoretical part and a practical part. So for all of you, if you really want to do something or change something, the next 1 hour is going to be the biggest game changer in all our lives, no matter whatever age we belong to. Okay? So with those few words, I'm going to start today's presentation. Shweta, just let me know once you can see my entire presentation or not. And once you say yes, then I would start. Okay. Are you able to see the entire presentation now, Shweta, and the rest?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
It's full screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think, September 8th, 8 p.m., all of them have just been very coincidental today. And as I told you, core belief was the topic which Shweta chose. I guess I gave her 2, 3 topics to choose, and she said, "Ma'am, please talk about this." So this is a topic very close to my heart, but I think credit should go to Shweta for giving me the opportunity to talk about it. So, what are core beliefs? Core beliefs are our most deeply held assumptions about ourselves, about the world, and everything else. Now, when I use the word assumption, assume, if you actually break this word, it is ASSUME, right? So it's making an ass of you and me, because there are so many things that we are just taking it for granted and assuming. We are not finding out whether that is the truth or false. We are not trying to find out if that is a reality and which we have understood. We are just assuming things, right? They are firmly embedded in our thinking, and significantly, it shapes our reality and behavior. So that is why if you hear about certain positive framework of speeches, you will hear, like, Hitler saying that, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Henry Ford said the same thing, right? So it is all that when you think you can, you will put in the efforts to make that happen. And if you think you can't, you will start reasoning it out to people. You'll start telling people, hey, it's not possible. You know why? And you'll start giving off all the reasons. So that is why it is very important that we need to understand that core belief of ours. And if there is some belief of ours which is not supporting ourselves in today's world, we must let go of that belief. It's easier said than done, but I'm going to do a practical session today. So we need to let go of that negative belief or a belief which is not supporting for our growth, and adapt a new belief so that we can actually use it as a stepping stone to move forward. So nothing in life really matters more than our core belief. Now, suppose if somebody calls us, you are good for nothing, you're stupid, or whatever it is, the more you hear it, the more you will believe, oh my God, am I really that stupid? Am I really not good for anything? I can't do this thing. So your mind, they have actually sowed a seed. Now it is up to them to sow a seed of positivity or negativity. Now imagine that seed is a seed of negativity that will also make its root in your mind, in your core belief. And obviously, when there is more of negative and less of positive, you're going to be a negative person. You might have a lot of cynicism, cynical in your language. You might have a lot of sadism in your language. You can be a narcissist. You can, you can just be a little more weird, right? And if you have actually heard positive words, or you yourself keep replacing this with a positive belief, then you become a positive outlook person, right? So now you will understand a value is a person's own set of principles which they consider of great importance. Okay? I'm sure you and I, we would have learned some moral science in school, or we would have learned some values not only from our parents. In our times, we had grandparents, aunts, and uncles telling us a lot of stories and values which were embedded in our bodies, right? Next is the belief. What is a belief? It is an idea that is accepted as true without any fact. That is the problem. Because it is accepted without any fact, It can be a negative belief too. So it is up to us to write down what exactly are the positive and the negative beliefs which is running in our mind. I'm going to ask you all to keep some papers ready, my dear friends, and have a pen with you. We're going to have a lot of activities. So please be very open-minded and listen, because when I did this exercise of this entire presentation, it was a eureka moment for me, right? Next is on the exterior, like I told you, the lotus flower, the exterior attitude, the way of thinking or feeling with regards to someone or something or anything for that matter. It is the way you take charge, right? So the core belief can exist consciously and subconsciously. For all those people who are into the mental health profession, you will understand your subconscious is so huge. It's like an iceberg phenomena. And the conscious is only peeking a little up. Just imagine the Titanic movie. The Titanic is a huge ship. But actually what hit the ship, not that small tip of the iceberg, it was the below the huge iceberg inside the water. Similarly, your subconscious beliefs is going to really work on you. So they can exist both consciously and subconsciously, and they shape everything around us. What we perceive, what are our thoughts, what are our feelings we give to those thoughts, and then the actions. That is why they always say, first is in your mind, and then it comes into reality. So they say, shubh shubh bolo, shubh shubh socho. Why do they say that? It is because everything, thoughts become reality. So that is why we need to clearly understand. And we accept these beliefs as true because they are based on our accrued experiences. Now imagine I take a vessel and I trip, I fall. They'll say buttery fingers or clumsy hands or something like that, right? Now imagine another person is planting the trees. Now what happens? And you see that there are flowers blooming. Now everybody will say, hey, you have green fingers. So as you speak certain things, so what that person thinks is, hey, maybe I have green fingers, so I should plant a little more. So that is a positive thing. Now this person, they will say, oh, maybe I have clumsy hands. So probably I should not use any, glassware in my house. Let me use stainless steel. So even if that clumsiness, the vessels break down, it's okay. It'll not, break into pieces, right? There might be kinks here and there. So this is how we start to accept what others keep throwing or, putting it on us on a daily basis. So now understand what is your belief. These are the ideas you hold that it is true. So that you will have, in various formats. It could be related to faith. People will say in terms of education, you're good for nothing. You can't learn, you can't mug, you can't get good marks. You're the first rank holder. It could be positive, negative, right? Experience and the mentors. Now, from the core belief, you have values. That is what is important to you. For example, they will say, I'm a person who does not say any lies. I'm a person who consciously makes an effort that I would not hurt others, maybe by words or by actions. So these are our values. We develop it over time. And these are related to your health, your wealth, your career, your family, your happiness, everything, right? Now, stemming from these values towards the external is your attitude, as I told you. Attitude is how you treat others and approach any situations in life. So this could be like, being very professional. When you're in your workplace, you have a decent way of dressing up, or the way of speaking to people. You're very particular. Many people, like I have seen during their working hours, they don't touch their mobile. They don't encourage their family to call them at that time. I'm one such person. My parents, my mother never calls me during my work. So all this is only because you are giving your that 10 hours to your work, right? Next is, it is again your convenience, the respect you give for people, the kind of pressure from the peer group that you would have, and how you hold your fort. So that is your attitude. Now, all this are from the internal, but what is seen externally is your behavior, how you act, how you speak, how you make others feel. All this is your behavior. So they say, no, like a tree, the jud, the root is inside, and the branches, the leaves are outside. So this is the core belief cycle. You have your beliefs, which is your inner thoughts. It is, what you perceive inside. And this is something which has been probably reiterated from your childhood. And this keeps on adding as you grow. Then is your thoughts. The thoughts are your ideas, your opinions, maybe others' ideas also. But once the belief is there, from that as it stems, you can think rationally. If you are a very strong individual, you will be able to make a choice. No, this is wrong, this is right, I will follow suit. Right? So it is like, some friend of yours says, come on, we can, exchange answers in the exam paper. But then your thoughts are, no, that's not right. Exam is a way where I have to actually depict whatever I have learned, assimilated, and I'm going to probably deliver it to my teacher so that they can evaluate my memory, or the way I can actually put forth certain concepts, whatever that can be. So that is my thought. Now after that thought, I'm going to put an emotion to that. So there will be an emotional state, and this emotional state, if you look at it, it can vary from positivity to negativity, and it's a huge feeling range. You will have fear, you will have anger, sadness, joy, guilt, shame, love, disgust, surprise, everything. So you can see it could depend on that particular situation. Then is your action or your behavior, the way you try to portray what is there in your mind to the external world. And then because of that, the experience what you gain. So these experiences, if you look at it, it can again vary. If you have, say, you have taken an exam and you have put in hard work, and you have really burnt the midnight oil, you've learned your topics properly, and then your exam paper comes and you've written everything perfectly, and then you get very good marks. So now what is your experience? If I put in my hard work, if I do my daily work, I will be able to remember. I don't have to stress myself, and I will get a good outcome out of it. So this is my experience. Now, once I get this, what am I going to do? I will keep repeating the circle on and on and on till I am getting better and better and better at it. Now, imagine another person who does not study at all. Tomorrow is the exam. Today only took up the books, reads, and now answers a question. He or she has learned from 10 years question paper. And those, a few of those questions have come. They have done extremely well. Very a very good listener, has been able to recapitulate things and then put it into paper, got good marks. He's also happy. So he thinks, hey, I can study at the last moment and I will get it done. Now imagine, those 10 years question paper which he has studied is not what is the question paper said by this particular examiner. So now what happens? He's not able to write anything. And now he says, see, I knew it. I didn't study well. I have not put in my everyday effort. So that is why I failed. So now my experience is bad, which means I need some course correction. I need something where I can get better in the way I manage time and do everyday studies. So this is a particular 5 cycle steps wherein this happens in all our lives from the day we were born till the day we are on the surface of the earth, right? But As mental health professionals, we also understand that our mind is a limitless power, which means the concept of neuroplasticity. If you know, or when you know that things are not supporting for your higher cause, and when you take efforts to change, when you say, hey, you know what, my inner voice says that I'm not doing the right thing, I should be doing it this way. And there are 70,000 thoughts every day in your mind, whether you like it or you not. You're going to have these thoughts. This Mahabharat, this battle in your brain is going to keep happening. It starts with your morning alarm clock. My alarm rang. Should I get up? Should I not? If I get up, I can exercise. If I don't get up, I'll have the course of my bed. Let me wait. Hmm, okay, let me sleep. Right? So this is how our mind is actually playing every day, every single day. Now imagine this constant changes is now going to influence the way your external world is going to see. So actually your internal map of the world and your external activity is limitless so long you give power to your subconscious mind and make it limitless. Think the unthinkable and you can become an achiever. And if that is what you're looking, you can get it. So now when we thought about a thought itself, is it only one thought coming into your mind? The answer is no. Imagine you want to buy a car. Okay? Close your eyes. Think about the car. You would already thought, oh, this is the brand of the car. This is the color. I need this in my thing. I need a, audio system. The AC should be this way. Is my seat comfortable? Should I put a new seat cover? Is my leg space good? Will my airbags work? So there are so many thoughts and then sub thoughts, sub thoughts for just that buying a car. Then imagine for all of us in a 24-hour day, there are so many more million thoughts which are actually coming and going when we are talking, when we are eating, even when we are sleeping, right? So this, when it becomes too much and you are giving a lot of weightage to all these thoughts, that is when you slow down, you procrastinate. But look at people who are achievers. They will not get distracted. They will distance all these thoughts and get focused. They will be mindful. Even right now, I'm sure so many of you are listening, but I really don't know how many of you have a book and a pen and are really listening to the lecture. If you're going to go through your WhatsApp and listen to the lecture, maybe you might miss what we are trying to tell. So it's very important to be mindful because it is all in now, here. That is how life goes, right? So when you have so many such million thoughts, it's not going to help us in the long run. So what happens outside is actually not in our control, right? Because we can't go and say, everybody stop this, stop that. But we can control what goes in us or inside us, right? So we need to be very careful. As we have food, we see, right? When we go to buy a bangan or a lady's finger, what do? We say, oh, this is not good. I'm not going to buy that for my house. And this is good. This is what I'm going to cook. And after cooking, this is what I'm going to eat. So when you think about so much of process in taking even your food inside your mouth, think about the unnecessary negative thoughts that you're listening, you're seeing, and then you're perceiving and bringing it into your core belief, which is actually deciding yourself, you as a human being and you as a person who's going to be a contributor to the society, right? So as I told you, there are around 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, and 57,000 thoughts which are almost like a routine thoughts, right? And out of all of that, almost 45,000 thoughts are negative in nature. What if I don't do this? What if I do this? what will happen? So unnecessarily this thinking and overthinking happens because of this negative thoughts. Now you tell, what is it that you want to put water to? What is that you want to groom? You want to groom the negative thoughts or the positive thoughts? So we need to retrain our brain at this point, right? So for all those who have your papers and pens, my dear friends, I want you to start drawing a tree right now. Okay? So draw a tree. Now this tree should have roots. Don't draw only one tap root. Draw a lot of lateral roots also, because you need to have stability of that tree. Right? Because that's your core belief. Now, outside, this tree has a lot of branches and has a lot of leaves. If you have colors, you can really, enjoy this activity. Otherwise, make a note of it so that, you can work on this activity, and I'll give you my number. If you want, you can share and I can help you how you can change your core beliefs later. So each of these leaves, write down the positive and negative which you think you have in you right now. Okay? So have you finished this much? Each leaf, write the positive and the negative. If you have colors, you can, color all the positive things which you do externally in green. If you don't, then you can do it in, that means if it's negative, you can do it in red. Now, keep looking at this picture for at least a minute. And as you have, taken that picture into your mind's eye, gently close your eyes. Now, as you close your eyes, start taking a scissors and in your imagination, cut off all these red colored leaves, which is not supporting your higher purpose. If you think you get angry fast, or you're getting upset, you're depressed, you're getting overwhelmed, you get irritated because somebody's, needling you, you're frustrated, anything which is negative, with your fingers, you make it as a scissors and start clipping each one of them, and take these leaves and throw it away. They are not of any good use to you. And now you draw some fresh leaves, which are baby leaves now. These are the leaves you wish to grow so that they will help you, they will empower you. And as they empower you, you're going to be a totally new person. And as you do this, slowly, gently open your eyes and now look at the tree back. You'll not be very happy seeing those red ones if you have drawn it. So immediately put a small, a cross around that red leaves, that these are not good for me. And once you complete that, just look at those baby green leaves and try to make them into the dark green leaves, right? So if you have not done the exercise so far, now it's okay. But please try to do this within the next 24 hours, because if you don't do it within the 24 hours, you will not get the result or reap the fruit of what I have told you, right? So we'll keep moving on with the lecture. So as I told you, you have your beliefs and attitudes. This creates your behavior. A behavior produces an outcome. And if it is a positive outcome, you want to reinforce it more. And if it is a negative outcome, and if you have reinforced it, it is going to become an even more core belief. Like I told you, good for nothing. 10 people tell, good for nothing, good for nothing, good for nothing. What happens to you? That reinforces inside your mind and you feel, I'm good for nothing, right? And that itself will become a negative belief for you. So some core beliefs and supportive beliefs are, I am bad, I can't do anything right. I'm smart, I will succeed if I try. I am unlovable, nobody likes me, nobody appreciates me. People are untrustworthy, people will take advantage of me, they will hurt me if they get a chance. The world is dangerous, it's not a safe place for me to live. So these are just few of the examples. You can think what you want and keep writing them. And now, like I told you, you're thinking about it. Could be in a situation you might feel, oh, I will never get out of this. I have tried hard. It doesn't work in my hands. I have given up on this situation because, I've faced failures. I'm better off not trying because, anyway, I'm going to face failures. I have tried so much, but I've not got any results. Or I work so hard, but I'm not very successful. I do so much, but people never appreciate me. Whatever you want, you can write. These are the things which is going in your mind. And towards another, say, probably 10 or 15 minutes, we will be, snapping all of these negative beliefs. And I'm going to give you an exercise to do the positive beliefs, right? So this negative core beliefs, if you look at it, as I told you, I don't want to harp too much on the negativity, but I just want to tell you that if you have at least 4 or 5 of these, then I think it'll be easy for us to work towards the end of the session, right? So just look at these negative core belief, and if you have more than 5 or 6, please keep marking them, okay? Put a tick wherever you think, yes, you need it, and then you can work on it. And these common negative core beliefs, some are what you feel about yourself, and some are what others have told you and made you believe that. And believe me, there are many people like that, right? Not everybody is very empathetic and talks very nice, right? So there are people who are jealous, who speak ill about people, and that is their way of life. So that's nothing you can do. Okay, so the core belief, as I told you, is the central part. Then there is an underlying assumption, and then there is the automatic thoughts. So in cognitive behavioral therapy, the core beliefs are thought to underlie these automated thoughts. So if we change our core beliefs, we will be able to change our thoughts, and then we will be able to change our behavior, and we can keep learning new skills as we go ahead in life. That is how, imagine the first time you learned how to drive a cycle, correct? So you got up and then you didn't have balance, you fell down, you hurt your knee, and then you took a strategy. You had 2 other wheels to support you. You remember the small children who have 2 wheels on the cycle on the side and they start to drive. So, you started having that. And then a year or so, once you have gained that access and your feet were ready to touch the floor, you didn't want those extensions anymore. You were ready to take your cycle and go. So this is how all our underlying assumptions get actually thrashed over a period of time. That is why they say, try till you succeed. They didn't use the word try just once. They said try, because each time you try, each of your negative core belief is getting thrashed. And that is how you will be able to become what you want, or what is your focus in life. Some core beliefs in depression are that, I'm unlovable, I'm inadequate, I'm inferior, so many things, right? So it is very important to identify, especially being mental health webinar, participants, and we are, trying to create a positive change or be a positive healer in the society. We need to understand all these things, because for the last 2.5 years, that's what we've been hearing over a period of time. So these core beliefs become activated in certain situations. How? When your mind, if you imagine your face, right? Imagine your face, and imagine your face is nothing but a collection of straw. Now, if your straw's mouth opening is just this much, can any dirt which is bigger in size get there? Answer is a no. Now, if your size is big, obviously bigger particles will get in, then you will have pus collection and you might have some pimples and all outside. So it is always very important for us to clean ourselves, like we get up in the morning and have a bath and clean our external body. We need to clean our internal core belief system also, because all that negative, all that garbage which people have told has gone in. So what do people generally say? You're not smart enough, you've passed because the exam paper was easy, or nowadays what do they say, the correction is a lot more lenient. In our days we used to get only 50 marks, and now you're all getting 100 or in English also. So the people will keep saying things, right? So this is how people will start manipulating your core beliefs, right? Now it is for us to rationally think and say, no, I put an effort and that is why I got this. I have learned the skill and so I can do this. So you need to know how to justify yourself. As Mahatma Gandhi said, if I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it, even if I may not have it at the beginning. Which means if I say I'm only going to start when I'm fully equipped, the answer is we will never start, right? So you understand, I'm going to start. On the way as I do, I will learn the skills and get better and better and better and better and do it. Will you believe I'm a dentist by qualification if I said so? I'm not a psychotherapist from the beginning. I have 27 years in dentistry. In psychology, I'm only 14 years, right? So if I had the belief in the first year of psychology, oh, I'm not good enough. I've spent 15, 16 years there. I hardly have a year here. If I had thought that way, then I wouldn't have been sitting or standing in front of you today and talking to you, right? But I said, let me take my baby steps, let me acquire the skills that I need and then move ahead. Another core belief I want to share about mine. Till my 12th standard, nobody knew I could even talk because I was so silent in class. I always got an A plus for my conduct and things like that. I was a very inconspicuous person in class. So this is how things change. Today, if I say I'm a career woman, I myself, I'm not able to accept because I was never that way before, right? So there are so many beliefs, there are so many skills which you will develop. And today, you can see I'm talking to all of you, which means I've developed my talking skills, I've developed myself. So each of these core beliefs of yours, once you start working, you can do miracles with yourself, my dear friends. Beliefs are magical. So think about it. They give us the power to create good or evil, right? So I don't know how many of you can guess this person when I just show the picture. So this is Roger Bannister. And then you can see, I'm not sure how many know about this story where, he ran he ran the marathon within 4 minutes, right? A mile within 4 minutes. Now, before him, nobody had done that. So now let's look at his internal core beliefs and the dialogue which is going inside his mind, right? So examine the negative beliefs. Now, what is that? I'm not fast enough to run a mile under 4 minutes, right? I haven't done it before. Why I? Nobody in the world has done it before. Correct? Okay. Next is, while, okay, I can run fast. I have a good pace. And maybe I can continue this pace till the end of the race. That's possible. So that's what he's trying to debate. He's trying to say good, bad, right? And now in his mind, he's creating a step-by-step plan. So he's working towards his goal. What is his goal? A mile in less than 4 minutes. So what does he do? He says, I'll consult my coach. I'll find out what is the workout plan I can do. Let me emphasis on my endurance, my speed, the particular way I need to move my body. And then every day he's running, 5 times a week he's running. He's thinking about himself that he's running. He's visualizing himself. And then he's properly pacing and working, right? Now, he understands, good, I'm fast. I think I can run this mile within 4 minutes. And now the day of the race comes. He has made the plan. He knows he's going to work his plan. He believes in himself. He's changed all those negative beliefs and he's believing in himself. He runs so fast and he makes the impossible possible. In fact, in that word impossible is I am possible. But now look at this side. So as he runs, as he finishes his race, he remembers something. So let's read this. Doctors and scientists said that breaking the 4-minute mile was impossible, that one would die in the attempt. So this is the information which he has got. He played with himself. He has completed the race, but that thought, that 1 second sub thought had come into his mind. So what did it say? That person would die, right? So what happens? Thus, when I got up from the track after collapsing at the finish line, so he goes to the finish line and now it is that thought which has attacked him. He collapses and then he figures or he thinks that he was dead. The answer was no. He got up. That's why we have the story, right? And the moment he completed this run, within 6 months, there were hundreds and thousands of people who followed suit and broke it. So that is how national records, international records in the games, everywhere is broken, is because every time they change their core beliefs. This works excellently well in the CEO levels, how they, upscale their targets. It works excellently well in sports where people try to better themselves. They get better than yesterday. And that is what you and I have to follow. If they can do it, you and I can definitely do it, right? So now let's look at the negative and the positive beliefs. The beliefs that make life easier and success more likely are the positive beliefs, right? So, where there is a will, there is a way. That's what we have learned. Everybody is doing the best they can. Failure is just a learning tool. It's a stepping stone to success. I can do anything, but I can't do everything. That's why I need a team sometimes. Small improvements are enough, which means everyday consistency matters. I don't need to be the best. I just have to improve. I'm not working towards perfection. I'm working towards excellence. It will all be over someday. If they say, the world is like a circle. What goes up would come down. If there are challenges now, it will become fine. No 2 days are the same. So all of that works that way. Good things often take time. Rome was not built in a day. It's better to fail than to play it safe, which means that's how they say, the ship was meant to play on the ocean, right? It was not meant to be anchored. So that is the story of Titanic. Yes, it happened, but that is what the ship was built for, right? There's always an opportunity in every adversity. The only thing you can truly control is yourself, not others, right? Hard work and perseverance are always rewarded. Success is a destination and rarely it's a straight one. And that all of us know, right? It's never uphill always. There is up and down and up and down, and that's how life goes on. So now let's identify some core beliefs. If you're ready, we're going to, rush through this. So I just want you to simply sit and take one core belief, because I don't think I'll have time individually to go through everybody's, but let's work it as a group. And let's just take one core belief which you think you really want to change. And what we're going to do is, as you think about that core belief, I want you to understand visually, when you see or hear about that core belief, what happens? What do you see? What is the color of that core belief? When somebody says about that core belief, how you feel? When you hear, What are your facial expressions? Are you happy? Are you sad? It's a negative belief I want you to take, okay? And how do you feel inside? Is it anger? Is it, irritation? You feel like hitting somebody? What is it? So I want you to identify visually through your ears, how you hear it, and your feeling. If you have done that, we move on. We're going to change, because the purpose is not to think about negative. It is about to make it positive, right? So we have many different, techniques as psychotherapists that we use. But I'm just now going to run you through few of them, but I will take you through one particular NLP way of working towards it, right? So what we generally do is we say, practice mindfulness, practice roots where you can restructure your nervous system, or use calming mechanisms, do affirmations. We generally we speak about a lot of things, right? So you can replace certain words. Like I don't use words if I get up tomorrow, I will do this work. So if here is giving a sense of doubt. So instead of saying if, say when. When I get up tomorrow, I will do this work. Which means I'm definitely getting up tomorrow and I will do that work. Right? So these small English change in vocabulary itself will make it very, very empowering to all of you. Another one. Let me just take it. I am unlovable. I'm not attractive. So if these are the things which are going in your mind, say, I accept myself as I am, and I am so beautiful. So, if you don't accept yourself, who's going to accept you? There's a Hindi statement which says, Ghar ki murgi dal barabar. You have not accepted yourself, right? So you need to think. So these are few of the examples. I'm not going to run through all of them, just to give you an idea of how you can replace those thoughts from negative to positive. And when you do this, the moment you actually start changing that vocabulary, your core belief changes, your thoughts change, your feelings change, your external behavior changes, your attitude changes, and then people start noticing it, right? So as I told you, this homework of, the core beliefs, the roots and the branches and the leaves, when you think about the leaves, it is the fruits, they are your outcomes. Your branches are your emotions. The trunk are your experiences, and whatever is in the root portion, they are your memories. Like, oh, that person said this person said this, and that is how I felt like that. So those are your associated memories, right? And as I told you, from the negative core belief, you should now start thinking what are the implications that is happening in your life. For example, let me just take this. I'm not good enough. Okay? Somebody gets better marks, I'm not good enough. So what is it that you're trying to say? I'm not prioritizing my needs. I'm not, looking at positive things or working at things to, work around. So these are all very, very important, because as and when you keep saying you're not good enough, you're not good enough, that is what you're sowing around yourself, right? You should now stop sowing such seeds around you. If others say, that itself is bad. The worst is when you say it for yourself, right? So whenever you use the words I am, please do not use any negative words associated with that. I am positive. I am strong. I am enough for this world. That is the way you need to say, right? And generally, when you're actually looking at when somebody says something on the surface level, as I told you, we need to uncover the petals to understand their core beliefs. So if somebody says, like, the soup is awful, so you say, okay, uh, uh, so what? So what if the soup is awful? Then the person will say, oh, I'm a terrible cook. My mother cooks better, or my aunt cooks better. Okay. So what if you're a terrible cook? What does that mean to you? It means, like, I'm not providing well for my family. I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good wife. I'm not the way people expect me to be, and things like that. Then when you ask them, okay, so what does that mean to you? The next they would say, oh, I'm good for nothing. I'm failure at everything. See, I studied engineering and now I'm sitting at home. Or I did my, whatever graduation and I'm sitting at home. So then that is how you will go from the external behavior into their core belief. This is very important, and it is called the downward arrow technique, where from an external, you're slowly trying to get the words from their mouth and go into their core belief. So it helps, especially during counseling sessions. And again, when somebody says something, you can also ask this question: what does it mean? Why do you say so? What is it that it is? Okay. So generally we use these questions of what. This is very important, because sometimes when we use the question why, they might take it too personally. So avoid a why and replace the why with a what. Okay. So what will it mean if others wonder what is wrong? What will it mean if you think that you're weird? So when you ask these questions with what, you'll be able to enter into their core beliefs. Now, this is a beautiful tabular column where you have two scenarios running parallelly, and it will be very interesting to go through this. So imagine a friend calls you in the last moment and cancels your dinner date, okay, that you arranged. So now if you're a positive person, how you're going to take it versus if you're a negative person, right? So in a scenario A, imagine your core belief is that you are worthless, which means it's a negative core belief. Whereas the scenario B is when you feel you're a positive person, so your core belief is very positive. So what is the automated thought which comes? Oh, I can't believe that he's not coming. I knew I didn't mean anything to him. I know he does not give me importance. These are the things which run. Whereas for the positive person, you'll think, oh, well, that's okay. Probably, we can catch up sometime later. So, they divert it. They know that this was an occasion that they didn't come. We can always meet later. Maybe there was some emergency at his side. So they leave it like that. Emotions now. So, oh, I don't mean anything to him. So the next emotion comes would be that he would feel depressed, right? He would feel sad. And in the scenario B, they would feel like, he's like, okay, if not today, we'll catch up sometime later. So that's the feeling they get. Next is a behavior. So what is the behavior? Your friend who said they were going to come for the dinner date has not turned up. He has not valued you. So what would you feel? I think he needs to give me an apology. He cancelled my meeting. What does he think of himself? Next time he calls, I'm not going to pick his phone. I'm not going to message him. That's the way. For scenario B, you will say, you'll make a new time to catch up with our friend, and probably you would go for the party if you're still excited about it, or you will say, okay, probably we'll keep it tomorrow and go for the party tomorrow. So it's very important how a person perceives it. So if you are positive, you will actually reflect or deflect the negativity very easily without taking it into your core belief, right? So these are the core beliefs, and you can change. First is identify your core beliefs, observe your feelings, imagine releasing all the negative old beliefs, create a new empowering beliefs, and then stay affirmative to replace your old beliefs. So core beliefs actually are assumptions that guide our behavior, how we see ourselves and how we perceive things. They dictate how we can relate to others and the decisions we make. So now let's get into the practical thing. It's going to be very fast, just around 3 to 5 minutes. And I want all of you to close your eyes. Right? Now think about a belief that is not supporting you right now. Any belief which is not supporting you right now. Some situation you think it's never going to end, anything. Now, once you have thought of that belief, now think about another belief in the past which you thought was true, but today it is not true anymore. For example, we usually thought the leaves of the trees are green in color, right? All of us, whenever we used to draw leaves of the tree green in color. But as we grew, we understood there is Boston where it has the colors in all different colors, right? So it's not true anymore. So just think about that belief, anything for that matter. Or you can think about the earth. When we were small, we thought earth is flat, right? But then when we learned science, we understood, no, earth is round. It's a sphere. So anything like that, just think about that. And now you have your right hand, you have your belief, which you think is not working out or supporting you. And now on your left hand, you have a belief, which is, like I told you, the earth is flat. And now you know earth is round. So you know those beliefs are not true anymore. I want you to slowly take your left hand and touch your right hand. And now control, alternate and delete like you would do in a computer, and just push this negative belief away from you. Right? Now, think about a universal truth which will never change with time. Which will never change with time. Many such things are there. One is the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right? Another could be the mother, the biological mother, would always love her child, no matter what, right? That's another belief, right? And it's a universal truth too. So when you hear the truth, you heard it when you were small, you heard it now, you know it is the truth. So, you can say it with so much of conviction, right? Now, think about the first belief you had, the negative one. And now think about the supporting belief or the positive belief you want to replace this negative belief which you thought with. Okay? So now you have the universal truth on your right hand side and this supportive opposite belief of what you had in the first place. Now, slowly, you are going to reinstall this new belief with the universal truth. So as you bring your fingers or hands together, you're going to bring both of them together. So as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, as that has not changed, things which I want in life, my core belief, this particular one which I'm working on, is going to work on. Now, friends, just imagine that situation with your eyes. Look at yourself like though it is a movie that you're seeing. You've got your supporting belief. You know it's the universal truth. I want you to see what you look at. Look at your eyes. Look at the way you smile. Look at your body language. Now gently hear what you're trying to speak. And now gently go a little more inner to understand your feelings at that point of time. Now relive that. Make it 10 times more. Make it 100 times more. Make it 1,000 times more. Now click a snap and keep this in your memory. With that, I come to the end of the session. Open your eyes, and this is me, Vidya, here on the other side. My number to contact would be 98401-76088. And over to you, Shweta. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm open to any questions at this point of time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's an incredible session. What to say? I mean, practical as well as you have to change it in a very easy manner. The practical techniques you have shared. And ma'am is a dentist, psychotherapist, and also counselor. And what an incredible session. No words to explain. And one question in the chat box: what to do when it's difficult to find a supportive belief or positive about ourselves?
Okay, I would like to, can I interact with a person? Because it becomes very difficult for me to give arbitrary answers to the person if they have something, a belief which they want to change. So is there anything that, they if they have anything in particular and they don't mind sharing it here, then I will do it.
Yes.
Or you want me to be general, then maybe you might not get the answer to your question.
Pallavi ma'am, you can interact with ma'am. Or you can give general answer as well. Like if anyone not able to find out the positive.
So it is what to do when it's difficult to find a supportive belief, right? Okay. So now let's take a negative belief that, I'm always late to work. Okay. Is that okay? Is that thing is fine? Okay. So I'm always late, whether to work, to thing, whatever. I'm always late, right? Now, when I'm always late, what happens? People are obviously not going to like it. Do you agree with me? They're going to keep, if I'm working in somebody's place, they're going to say, how dare you come late? It's not working out for me, right? Now, you are trying to put a supporting positive belief. I am late because I go backwards, because I am late because I slept late last night, or I sleep late every day. And that is why I get up late every day. Now, when I have to go to work at 10, if I start from my house at 10 o'clock, will I be late or early to work? I'll obviously be late. So now I start working backwards. 10 o'clock I need to be at office. I expect my travel time to be about 10 minutes. So I will start at least by 9:30. So in case there's a traffic, I'll still be able to reach at time. 9:30 I have to start. So at least by 9 o'clock I need to have my breakfast, which means at least by 9 o'clock I should have, 8:30 I should have had a bath. which means at least by 7:30 I should have started doing my household work. That means at least by 6 o'clock I should have got up if I want to do an exercise, which means at least by 5:30 my alarm should have rung. Now, if I have to get up at 5:30, thinking that I need at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep, I should have at least gone to bed by 10 o'clock. Or by 9:30 at least I should have retired. And now I backtrack. What time should I have my dinner? So 9:30 if I have to sleep, my dinner should have been 3 hours earlier. So I should have had my dinner at least by 6. Now, once I do that, my supporting belief will make it very easy. So I am always late for work. My supporting belief will become, I am always on time wherever I go. Right? And I found out a route map also right now. I just ran over the route map for you in this particular scenario. I hope I answered your question. I think her name was Pallavi, right?
Yes, Pallavi ma'am. You can interact with ma'am. Yes, Balvinder ji want to say something.
Oh, yes, Balvinder ji. How are you?
My God. Awesome, awesome. Always wonderful, always speechless. I don't know what to say, but today I will say with 100% full confidence, you are superstar of our world. Being a dentist, becoming psychotherapist, it is impossible for me to believe it can happen, but you made it possible. So my new core belief is we all are superstar. We can do anything. We can achieve anything at any age if we use our 100% willpower.
Absolutely. Well said, Balvinder ji. It is very true because all of us will have starting trouble. But if you think you want to start things only if you're perfect, then it'll be a problem. So it's always better to start and then develop the skills all the way. Give a pat on your back for every little thing you do properly. Improvise, be in gratitude, accept, and then move forward. The moment you tell me that, I'm doing a good job, it makes me feel so happy because the effort I took to prepare the presentation has made it worthwhile. Am I right or not?
Yes,
Very true.
yes. Today you made my day. You made my every day whenever I attend your session. So my unlimited love and gratitude goes to my dear daughter, sweet Shweta, and to you and the entire team. Thank you for all of you and all the listeners, all the participants. Thank you always.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. You said it's of great help. Thank you, Neelam ji. I never knew you're here. Oh my God.
Yes, Neelam ji is here.
I'm very busy. I'm so happy to hear this positive message to everybody.
Thank you.
Positive by nature.
Thank you so much, Neelam ji.
Gold.
Oh, I'm really in gratitude to God. I can only wish something for you, Neelam ji, that you should have great health all throughout, and you should be able to bless us. I have never asked your age, but I'm sure you must be the age of my grandmom. Grandmom is not there in this earth. But then I know if I need to have somebody's blessings, I can come and say, Neelam ji, please bless me. That is how I feel when I see you.
My blessings to you, especially, and to everybody here.
Thank you, Neelam ji. I can't believe at this time of the day you're still there.
Yes, absolutely. Like always, blessings of Neelam ji. Yes, wonderful. Vinita ji, you want to say something? You unmuted yourself.
Yes, yes, Vidya ma'am. Excellent, excellent session. Your great energy level, really wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, anyone? Yes, Jyoti ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you many folds for the wonderful session. Ma'am, I wanted to confirm that in that three exercise you made us do, the roots were the core beliefs. The core beliefs which people in the surroundings are putting into you or your own self assumptions. And the leaves were the feelings you get from the negative
No,
core
no, no.
belief.
Branches were the emotions and the feelings. Leaves are the outcomes.
Okay, leaves are the how bitter you feel, and branches are
Now,
the emotions.
branches are the emotions. The leaves are the outcomes. Fruit, phal.
Okay. And one more thing, if you are how to make yourself so strong and resistant that if in the surroundings, even if there are negative people trying to put in you negative core beliefs, you don't get affected because you cannot take their responsibility, but you can take your responsibility that I will not shake and I will not move from my point of view. Because if you see a boat, it never sinks due to the turbulence of the waves. It sinks only when the water seeps inside. So how to protect ourselves that their negative thing does not seep into us and we don't feel low. We believe in us that we are tiny spark of the Lord and we can do everything as long as qualitatively wise. Even Bhagavad Gita teaches the same, that qualitatively we are the same as Lord and quantitatively we differ. So if we are qualitatively same, then how can we be low or we feel low? That's what I'm asking.
See, as you practice this, the Suraksha chakra around you, okay?
Hmm.
That Suraksha chakra actually gets wider and thicker. Okay? You must have heard people saying you have a buffalo skin, correct?
Yes.
Or you would have heard people say you're an iron lady.
Yes.
What does it mean? When you meditate, when you are in submission or surrender to God, or when you try to read books, or when you try to listen to great talks, or when, like you gave the example of the Bhagavad Gita, when you do all that, what exactly happens? It is that, you have great filters in your body.
Hmm.
So you're only trying to take the good and leave leave the rest, right? So we say you separate the wheat from the shaft. You take what you
Yes.
want. Now, as you keep
Okay.
doing this and clearing off all the negativity, you're actually making a wider one.
Hmm.
And you become more tolerant.
Yes.
They say empty vessels make the most noise. What does it
Yes.
mean?
Yes. Thota chana.
The more knowledge you get, the more humble you become. Think about
Yes.
Abdul Kalam ji. Think about Ratan Tata. You don't have to imagine. You have people to see.
Yes.
You have live role models in front of you. Once you understand that, think that they think big. Their vision is bigger. They don't discuss about small people. तुमने क्या खाना खाया, क्या पकाया, क्या पचाया. They don't talk about that. Right? What do they talk about? They talk about ideas. They talk about what can they do to people. So there are 3 lives actually, Jyoti. First is a life of survival. Many people who are going to talk about only roti, kapda and makan are talking about life of survival. Next is life of success. So people who talk about life of success is they have roti, kapda, makan, that is over. Next is more of all of that. Right? That is when this competition and all comes.
76088.
Right? Beyond that is what is called life of of significance. Now, life of significance means what is your contribution to the outside world?
Yes.
You just listen to one podcast of Ratan Tataji. Start thinking in that angle. Listen to 5 talks of Abdul Kalam ji. The 6th day, you will start thinking about it because you are increasing your vision. A very simple experiment you can do right now. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
But I want your video on, Jyoti. I can't do it on a person who's not putting on the video. Can you switch on your video? We'll do the exercise right away.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now take your fingers, both of them, bring it right in front of you. All of you can do it. Your hands, your pointing finger straight in front of you. Okay? Now after that, listen to me and then do the experiment. Okay? Your eyes are going to look only in the front. Your face, your neck, is fixed. Moving, moving, moving. The face and neck should be stiff. As you move your hands, see how much your vision can see even without your neck and hand moving. I'm going to do it for you. Can you see me clearly? So my finger, my face. My face is not moving, but I can still see my the hands on either side. I can still see my hands. So this is my vision. Okay? That's because I have trained my eyes to be a good observer. Right? Now, that is how I want you to do. Don't take both your hands together. You should split your hands and move. Don't move your head and neck. Split your hands and move it aside. Right? So, that is how you need to improve your vision. When I have now only spoken about vision, if I was next to you, I would have taught you how to improve the sense of feeling. I would have helped you understand how to improve your sense of hearing. All these 3 is what is going to give you information inside. Okay?
Ma'am, once again, thank you. Your sessions are very wonderful. And your presentation style is also very good. I need to learn a lot from you.
Thank you so much, dears. Thank you so much. You truly made my day.
No, even I have to practice. I'm in Bhagavad Gita level 3, and I'm going to join the level 4, and I need to practice these PowerPoint presentations. I will make efforts that I teach like you. Bhagavad Gita level 4. That is solely teaching.
So sweet, so sweet.
And ma'am, please help us doing the remaining exercises also. We shall love to. One exercise you have done with us, remaining also, please.
So, it is so very important for us to just get better than what we were yesterday. I think, that's the only way we will improve. And there must be some kind of a fighting spirit in all of us. Otherwise, we will become complacent. I don't know if you have heard this story, but I'll tell this story if Shweta is okay with the time extension.
Yes, sure, ma'am. And Vinita ma'am also want to say something. She is
then
waiting and she
Vinita
also
ma'am,
messaging start.
Vinita ma'am first say, and then I'll tell this story.
Ma'am, I have no words to express my love and affection for the way you present. I would die for anything to be with you on such shows. I think we need to emulate and learn a lot from you, and I'm sure you are motivating us rightly. I am on the other side of 50, rather 60, and having completed my job of more than 48 years, I'm still learning from you. And I think that is what you have kept us going. You know, my husband has started saying, I've lost it. But still, I am at it. And I have been able to motivate my educators across India for more than 3,500 schools. Being in the ICSC board from Kolkata, I have been able to mentor teachers during this pandemic, starting my own company called the Center of Excellence Kingmakers of the Future. And I want you to make that difference in their minds, because, you know, we have to infuse this motivation into the teachers, because they are the ones who are molding today's tomorrow. And having won my 168th award on 5th of September, I have not stopped. And I don't believe that, you know, this number also is something which I will stick to. Maybe it will reach 1,000. I don't know. But, you know, the love and affection that I'm able to make, and the impression that, you know, we can motivate and we can make the world have a change. I think there we need young people like you. Need young people like Shweta. And so impressed that, you know, getting up from my little nap, I come jump on my seat and keep my phone up at 5 o'clock just to listen what Shweta has to say or somebody else has to say. And my husband says, tea is getting cold. I said, please wait, I'll have it after 6 o'clock. So that, even at this age, I'm able to do. Hats off to you girls for continuing, and hats off to Neelam ma'am. I really am in awe of her, the way she's you know, there for each and every program. That is also something I am grateful for. Thank you so much, Dr. Vidya, for, you know, keeping us on our toes. I think I love the way that you keep us on our toes. You know, you have to put your hands out, stick your hands out, and do this and do that. I think that is where you make a difference. You could be a dentist, but you are a better psychologist than any one of us any day. Hats off.
Thank you so much, Vinita ma'am. First thing, I don't know if I look so young. I'm 50. So Shweta must be half my age.
But still, see, you are able to emulate, you are able to give that motivation. That is what is required today.
Thank
Keep
you.
going.
I am, yeah, you can bless me. This is my golden year. I'm going to turn 15 few days, but then, yes, I'm there.
Happy birthday. We celebrate your birthday. Don't worry.
And I was born in Calcutta. So I was born there, and I studied in Carmel High School.
Acha.
And we live in Lake Gardens. And
Okay.
I'm coming to Calcutta quite often. So
I
next
want to
time,
meet you when you come.
yeah, next time we are going to have a meeting there.
Sure.
And I can understand Bangla, but I used to talk, I used to sing, I still sing few songs. Yeah, so I am Ami Tamake Balobashi.
আমি তোমাকে খুব ভালোবাসি. I love all of you. I think we have become a family, and thank you for this platform. I don't know what I would have done if you all were not there.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet. And thank you so much for that lovely feedback. And, you know, I give my heart and soul, and I'm so passionate about whatever I do. That is what has brought me where I am today. All the glory goes to God, to elders who are ready to bless me every single day, and to all these youngsters like Shweta in their early 20s who are ready to, you know, give us a platform to share our knowledge.
I hope they are able to make the difference in the world. I want young people like them to be really making that difference, because our grandchildren do not have a very good world to live to. if we do not leave such young people motivating them. It is very much necessary. There are so many of us who are old, getting older, and we don't know what is in store for us in our lives. At least these things will make us feel that we have made a difference, even if it is a little bit. But I think that is where we score out. And
I
I
can
would
only say, Vinita ji, if you need my help to do anything, I'm always there at your service. You
thank
can
you.
always call on me. I think I put my number on the chat box. So definitely.
Vinita wants to say something.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Vinita ma'am, excuse me. Yes, ma'am. Vidya ma'am. Vinita ji, I am also a counselor, school counselor. That is my voluntary work. I don't get anything from anybody, but I go there as counselor and motivational speaker also. So
Oh,
that is what
excellent.
I'm doing. And I have taught for 29 years in the college. So after that, it was my passion to learn new things, because at that time I could not get time, but now I'm getting time and I'm learning many things from you people. So this is what I feel. So grateful to everyone and grateful to God first of all, then grateful to everyone. Shweta's webinar I daily attend. I daily come to that because I love learning as much as you can. That is better. So with God's grace, I pray to God that I may be able to. Let us see. Okay.
Your presence itself is like a blessing to us, Neelamji. Seriously. That's what I feel. And when you comment or when you share your feedback, it is like something which I can't even express in words. Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Thank you. I'm grateful to God for all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I met lovely people.
Thank you so much, Vidya ma'am.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, everyone. It's like time, it's passing on, and it's like a family time. When we see now, the time flies, and so we have to, be constrained with time. So, Vidya ma'am, you are sharing something in a story, then we wrap up.
Okay, I was talking about this story. Yeah. So I'll make it as short as possible, but it's a very interesting story. It'll help us understand, how we need to take care of our life. So, the quality of the fish was going down, and the fishermen actually got a lot more into the sea to make the fishing better. And that's how they were getting fish, and they were trying to fill the plates for people. And every time they still got a complaint that the fish was not fresh as much, right? So what did these fishermen do? They made a tank inside their boats. So they used to collect the fish and keep it in water and bring it. So the fish was at least alive when it came to the shore. That fish also people ate and said, still there was, something was missing, right? So the next, the fisherman thought, let me put a small shark inside that tank. So now what happens? The fish got into the tank, and this shark was very sharp, right? He was trying to eat, and these fishes were struggling to move. So all that power to fight back, they say survival of the fittest, to fight back, that when the fishermen brought this fish to the shore, everybody enjoyed the fish. So you and I are mere people, human beings in this world. If there were no challenges, we'll be like those dead fishes, having nothing to give back to the society. And like what Vinita ma'am said, each of us have a story, each of us have our fighting spirit, and that's why each of our stories are very unique. And that fighting spirit is what makes it very exciting. So I thought it will be very apt to tell that, each of us have a purpose. We'll all be fighting. And this fight of ours is what is going to give us the biggest victory at the end. Thank you so much, Vinita ji. I think, when you said that, immediately the story is what propped up in my brain.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Vidya ma'am, and every friends here present. And still now, 21 participants are there. So blessed to have you all as a
Thank
family.
you so much
Yes.
to all of you, all the delegates who roped in today. Thank you so much. It truly means a lot. And in case there is anything else that I can serve, please let me know. I would definitely come back with the presentation.
You
Thank you
like
so
the
much, Vidya ma'am.
recording? Shweta ma'am, please share the recording.
Yes, yes. There is a feedback link in the chat box. You can fill that feedback link. There is a WhatsApp group link. You join the WhatsApp group. There, I will share the YouTube video as well.
Fine,
And
fine.
thanks to all the delegates who appreciated on the chat box. I've not read it. I'm sorry. I was more concentrating on the live session. So when I get a time, I will definitely go through it. But anyway, thank you so much. It truly means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you,
Yes,
Naveen. Thank you so much.
And Dr.
Thank
Vidya,
you
Thank you,
all,
ma'am.
team.
take care. You are coughing a lot.
I am actually having fever and cold and cough. I was running for the last 3-4 days. It's been quite bad, but for the love of all of you, I just spoke. That's it.
We want you to be, giving us the inspiration. So please take care of yourself. You are precious.
100%. I'm getting better and better every single day. I am.
You are precious.
Thank you so much, Vidya ma'am, your commitment, and this is so grateful. Thank you, everyone. So we will join next Thursday, 8 p.m. again. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Sweet
Thank
dreams.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.